too damn late to apply, so I lost my place in the line to the house of shake, where I was hoping to find a babe. Yeah. Ooh, 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 225 lucky stars on a cheap visit price. For this guy, he's giving me what I like. When I slide on a beat while we high, but I fell off, landed right on my face. Yeah, can't hear the star killer bass. Yeah, it don't matter, I'm still amazing. I'm fit, see, you don't like me more. So happy how the noise began. I know it can be frightening to let it go. The soft landing. Just got home, I've been hovering around the cool kid compounds. Started to look real promising, yeah. 225 lucky stars on a cheap visit price. For this guy, asking me what I like. Wanna slide on a beat every night, but I fell off, landed right on my face. Yeah, can't hear the star killer bass. Yeah, it don't matter, I'm still amazing. I'm fit, see, you don't like me more. So happy how the noise began. I know it can be frightening to let it fell off, landed right on my face. Yeah, can't hear the star killer bass. Yeah, it don't matter, I'm still amazing. I'm free, see, you don't like me more. So happy how the noise began. I know it can be frightening to let it go.
Not used to this. I don't know how to act, don't know how to adapt to this situation. Not used to this, no I'm not. But better let myself give in to love, believe in us, no matter what it does to my heart. Not used to this, no I'm not. It was like if we were to waste these moments, they're like poets to me. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. You're new to me. I don't know who you are, be like a piece of art. I want more, but better slow it down. Inside my mind is getting all too loud, I get scared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not prepared. It was like if we were to waste these moments, they're like poets to me. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. became a mess. Don't know how I got here, but I'm blessed. Didn't know it'd take me past my destiny. You're behind me with the rest, 'cause I'm a mess. No more you.
Only get better. I need it more than ever. They don't. How can I believe you when everything is see-through? Everything is see-through. Everything is see-through. Everything is see-through. How can I believe everything is see-through? You see through. Gotta make space for the new you, like I'm old news in your rearview mirror. It must be nice you went and got a penthouse. All your friends partying is real loud. Brand new money with a brand new chest. Still a baby bird right straight off the nest like you. Things could only get better. I need it more than ever. They don't. You said things could only get better. I need it more than ever. They don't. How can I believe you when everything is see-through?
How can I believe
everything is see-through? Everything is see-through. Everything is see-through. How can I believe when everything is see-through?
You ain't gotta be so see-through. You ain't gotta be see-through, yeah. You ain't gotta be so see-through. You ain't gotta be see-through, yeah.
What can I do? You're so loving and gentle to the core. What can I do when you fill me with happiness and much more? What can I do? You're so stunning, I just can't look away. What can I do? I should know by now, you make my day. Never more will dreams expire. Keep it burning, baby, got this fire on my head. And don't dare to let go, 'cause each day for you, my love will grow. When you're not here, my heart is screaming.
veins. Your love runs through my veins. Oh, oh, your love runs through my veins. I'll never be the same. Hey, your love runs through my veins. Yeah, your love runs through my veins.
Hello everyone, thanks so much for sticking to the end of the video. I'm just gonna go through a couple more pictures just side by side, and as you can see that the setting are the same for both cameras, and white balance shift, auto white balance shift is red +3, blue -2, so you can try it out based on your situation, but I just want to edit a little bit of the warm tone to the both images. And this time I was trying to do the classic negative simulation for portrait just to see how it goes, and just to play around with different simulation just to see what's the difference. And straight out of the camera, these are all straight out of the camera JPEG, and you can see that the X-T4, the left side is X-T4, and then at the right side is the GFX100. I can see that even though both shifted the warm tone here, the X-T4 has more green tint than the GFX, even though they have the same balance shift. So it might have to do with the sensor, like how the sensor perceives the color rendering. So that's just one thing. Even though I set to the same setting and then everything else the same, it still have a little bit slightly different, but it's very minor, and you can adjust it in the post if you want. And because I'm shooting RAW plus JPEG also, you can just change to other simulation mode in Capture One as well. So let's get started just to see. So this is the first set of picture. I just want to do a little bit of backlight right here, and you can see that the sun flare in the old lens, the 56 f1.2, has a little bit of sun flare, but that's fine. I like the sun flare. And this, keep in mind that this is the old lens, also very old. It's more than 7 or 8 years. So so this is the newer lens, the 110 f2. So it handles the flare deflate nicely, and it still have the bokeh. But the flare to me is good. I don't mind flare, so that's one thing to keep in mind. Personally, I don't mind it. So let's zoom in a little bit more just to get a sense of a little bit more of the half body, and then like I'm trying to make it a similar size. So both are very sharp to me, and the contrast in this lens straight out is more has more micro contrast, or whatever the technical term. It looks darker than the old lens, because this is the old lens also. So just keep in mind that the lenses are different, and so when I'm zooming in, you can see that the sharpness is different, and of course because of the 102 megapixel versus the 25, and it is hard when you zoom out a lot, but when you zoom in side by side, you can see the difference between the megapixel. But when you post on Instagram or social media, both if both are around the same size, it's very hard to tell the extra megapixel. But this case, because it's outdoor, a lot of you are mentioning the indoor with the flash stuff. But since I'm shooting natural light outdoor, if you are around the half body frame, the X-T4 is enough for most of the purpose daily use already, and it has a nice IBIS also. So that's the first set, just to keep in mind that just do some side by side. And you can see that the sunlight through the tree right here and the sunlight through the tree right here, it has some different rendering. But the bokeh, both of them are very smooth. And let me zoom in the bokeh a little bit on this one. So on this corner, let's do something on this corner first before we zoom in. So that's the difference between this lens rendering and this lens rendering, the out of focus area. And then let me slightly slide to the portrait, so around the same size. So you can see the side by side, both are very sharp already, and still this has the in the eyeballs the reflection. You can zoom in a little more, even though it is so close, it's still very sharp. And this one, the 56, if I zoom in a lot, it's not as sharp already. Like it's not as sharp as GFX, but just because it's the old lens. Also, the old lens has a little bit softer in the wide open, but it is as for an old lens that can perform side by side, it's pretty good already. So, and you're comparing the 26 megapixel versus the 102, so it's 4 to 5 times the pixel on there as well. So let's zoom in a little bit of this. So you can see that the flower, just some flower as the background. Both camera render similarly in the background of the flower, and the same thing happened to this white balance shift. This one has a little bit of more to the green to yellow tint, and this one is more toward the red tint. Even though they both set to the 3-2, so just keep in mind that both camera are different. I mean, the sensor, maybe some algorithm behind is different. So if you are in X-T4 and you want to avoid less green tint, you can just do a 4-2. So add one more slot to the here, just to get more red if you want more red on the portrait, and just to match the GFX. So that's one thing I noticed, even though they set both into the same thing. And let me zoom in slightly around the same frame, so you can see the rendering difference. So that's another set. So just have a couple more. So behind is the camellia flowers, the red flowers. And then let me zoom in a little bit more. Yep, you can see that the bokeh, almost the same bokeh through the light through the tree. And you can see that there's some bokeh here, and then some bokeh here is around the same area of the bokeh. And still consistent throughout all the picture comparisons that the shift has more red than the X-T4, the GFX, the auto white balance shift, even though they are in here. So both are very sharp in this here. And then if I zoom in a little bit more, let's see. And this is how the performance of the sharpness came in. You can see that the eyelashes is still very detailed, even though in this close zoom in here. And if you close zoom in here, it's slightly soft already. So that's the difference. But if you because most of the time, most of the purpose, we don't zoom in that much for the third body. So overall, it's pretty good already for the X-T4. So, and this one I just recently posted on my Instagram, and you can see that let me slightly, so I can zoom in here, and then just keep in mind the out of focus area also in the flower. So let me zoom in around the same frame. So yeah, so they are around the same frame, and then the flower here is the same as this flower. And then you can see the difference. Also, it has that subtle tilted difference between the cameras. But overall, like both the tone are very similar already. It just have that slight tint tilt difference. So keep in mind, just let me know what you think, and then in the comment area, just to see what's the your opinion on this. And this is because it's the high megapixel versus the low megapixel. But I think the X-T4 is good, very good for almost all the situation that that we can encounter in the daily portrait shooting. So and the lens are smaller also, even though I hope that the Fujifilm will refresh the 56 F1.2, even though I would like a 1.2 refresh. They don't have to do a 56 1.0. They can just do a 56 1.2. So that's my wish for the Fujifilm lineup, just to refresh all those old lenses, and then that will be good, like create a Mark II version. So that's my my hope for those lenses, because we have been using this for 8 years for the 56mm. So yeah, that's just my thoughts, just some of my thoughts on this, and pretty good. And I was very grateful. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to test out the GFX100, and thanks for your support, and stay tuned for more video coming up. Bye.